Hi, thanks for joining me today. I'd like to discuss all of the great trends that I saw in this year's Fancy Food Show. There were three overwhelming trends that I thought ruled the show. The first one was called Grandma's Kitchen, the second one is Versatile Veggies, and the third one is all about super duper superfoods. So, what is Grandma's Kitchen? Basically, we have so many immigrants that have come to the United States. When they come over, they enrich us by bringing their culture and, more importantly, their cuisine with them. And predominantly, it's the grandmas and the mothers who are the first generation to come over and continue cooking in their family's tradition for their children. The children like it, but as they grow, they realize what a special part of their lives it is. Many of today's vendors that we saw at the Fancy Food Show are bringing their grandmothers and their mothers' original recipes to the American market because it was such an important part of their life. These flavors are delicious, authentic, and harken them back to their youth, and it makes us as a whole a much richer place for flavors in the United States. Three companies that I saw that did a great job with Grandma's Kitchen would be 718 Hot Sauce. It was the founder's grandmother's recipe from Central America that had a fantastically flavored hot sauce. It wasn't too hot. The flavor was incredible, very rich. Then we have Una's Kitchen, which is a Scandinavian cookie recipe. Being Swedish and Norwegian, this was close to my heart, but it's part of your culture to have a snack every afternoon, and these perfect little delicious cookies added to your fika or a little retreat. And my favorite of the show by far was Karina's Kulfi Pops. The matriarch of the family had always made kulfi, which is a cooked down milk dessert, and frozen it for her children. And if you've been to India, you know how important kulfi is and how delicious it is. It's a labor of love. It takes all day to make just one batch of this. So with Karina's Kulfi Pops, they keep the old-fashioned recipe where it's just milk and sugar and flavoring, and they cook it down all day and freeze it into Kulfi Pops. They were delicious. The reason why I don't have any to show you here is I ate them all. Every single one of them. They were that good. Our second trend I like to discuss is versatile veggies. Veggies were everywhere in this summer's Fancy Food Show for a number of reasons. The first one is the rise of veganism. There's a lot of people that are subscribing to a vegan culture and are looking for vegetables to take a larger part of their meal. And there are also people that like to be flexitarian. They like to eat more vegetables than other things. So for vegans, the vegetables are basically a replacement for meat or protein, and it's part of your main course. You can make a whole dish around something, like using a shakshuka sauce to cook an entire meal, or you can actually buy veggie products, veggie steaks, veggie meats to eat. The second way vegetables are being used that's really interesting as a simple starch replacement. We're trying to eat less of the simple carbohydrates, less rice, straight potatoes, or wheat. And we're looking to give vegetables a greater portion of our plate. So for a simple starch replacement, we're predominantly looking for vegetables like cauliflower, which does a great job in replacing rice. We saw this cauliflower also emerge as a wheat replacement in cauliflower. Say it 3 times fast, it's not too easy. But cauliflower pizza dough, or pizza crust. Are you thinking cauliflower pizza crust? No, it's delicious, and you can make your pizza any way you want it. You can personalize your pizza, whether you want to add something meat or veggies. You're good to go. The third way we saw vegetables being used is as hidden benefits. There was an ice cream called Peekaboo ice cream, and they hide vegetables in the ice cream so that your children, who may be vegetable averse, will still get the benefits of eating vegetables in their diet. The coolest one had to be the cotton candy flavor. It was hot pink in color, it tasted like cotton candy, and it had beets in it. My son ate the whole thing and he said it was delicious. I personally like the strawberry hiding 16 carrots in that pint, but it was delicious. There are also so many snacks this year that were based on vegetables. I will talk about that in a few minutes, but there were puffed vegetables, puffed beans, puffed peas, all sorts of different things that were based on these vegetables that are flavored to be quite delicious. Our third trend that I loved at this year's food was super duper superfoods. We've seen this emerging for a number of years, but it really hit its stride in the 2019 show. The first superfood that we saw everywhere was matcha, matcha, matcha. It was, we've seen it for years in other things, in straight drinks, but now we're seeing it in a lot of ready-to-drink products, like from Matcha Bar, which combines matcha and lemonade. It's quite tasty, I have to say. The trend is superfoods, super duper superfoods. So the second part of the super duper superfoods trend would be the brain boost portion, where you're purchasing a drink or a food that has an cholinergic quality, that may have something like L-theanine in there that keeps you calm, it keeps you focused, it keeps you not jittery, but provides your brain the focus you need to get through the day, and along with some of the energy. We also have an enhancement between the brain and body trend with our superfoods, where we have the inclusion of ingredients like MCT or medium chain triglycerides. They're supposed to be very beneficial for your central nervous system. MCTs replace much more unhealthy saturated fats and also trans fats, and they're better for your they're reported to be better for your overall health. The best examples I saw of the MCT trend was Laird's Superfood, where you could just purchase a simple creamer that was coconut based, and you can add a tablespoon to your coffee every morning for a superfood burst. For our ongoing trends at this year's Fancy Food Show, we have protein, it's still power. Protein enhanced foods are all over the place. We see that jerkies are still on trend. There aren't as many new companies, but there are even more products that incorporate protein both from animal and from plant sources into their products.
Tell us about the flavor trends from this year's food show.
Of course, that's the main reason why I attend the Fancy Food Show every year, to see what ingredients most consumers are ready to purchase and what drives the market. So this year we have to look back to look forward. We're looking at coconut. Coconut is at peak saturation. We've seen the emergence of coconut waters, coconut milks, coconut ices, and now we're seeing coconut in everything, including coffees and creamers. On the rise, we're seeing cold brew and coffees coming to the forefront. Coffee in a ready-to-drink format is a difficult sell until cold brews hit the market. It's the perfect way to be able to have a shelf-stable product that's delicious. The nitro brews are stored under pressure in a canned format, so it's perfect for a grab-and-go sort of morning, or on a hot day like this, the perfect drink. It's very refreshing and icy cold. The other flavors that we're seeing emerge on our market are non-traditional blends of flavors. My favorite, first of all, there's bitters. Hella Bitters does a great job of making fantastic tinctures of herbs and spices and combining them to make a very tasty drink. You can drink these products either by themselves, they have a fantastic flavor, it's quite enough, or you can combine them with alcohol. We also see rose and other florals re-emerging as another trend. We've seen floral waters in the past, but this year I'm seeing rose plus, usually rose and raspberry, rose and strawberry, or rose and chocolate as being a fantastic new addition to our lineup. The most exciting part of the Fancy Food Show is seeing new products on the shelf. This year I saw a lot of pops, lotus seed pops, bean pops, chickpea pops, bean pops, black bee pops, vegetable pops, any kind of puffed material that you could possibly imagine. There were snacks made out of those puffed products this year. Most of them were extremely tasty and they were fun to eat. Another thing I saw a lot of in this year's show was the emergence of cheese please. Just cheese that has been cooked. For more information, how to interpret these trends and apply them to your company, please go to the aromaknowledge.com website or contact Kari, that's Kari, at aromaknowledge.com. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.